So hi guys, how are you? So basically I've come on my 14 hour for a ride. It was down for 2 months because of the battery issues. So that's why I'm not riding the Perak right now. I'm kind of getting used to this one. So I'm just making this video today to kind of discuss the pro and cons on opening starting or having a 1000cc motorcycle. I mean, do you actually need one? Do you need, this is actually technically a 1400 44cc, so it's more powerful than 1000. But yeah, 1000 stack up, the S1000R and all, they might be not that off the mark compared to a 14R. See a couple of these guys riding KTM and all here. They're prepping up to be super bikers. Now as you can see, there are a couple of friends of mine who are riding with me, and you can see that guy on a Z800. Another one is on a BMW S1000R, which is still an expensive motorcycle. I mean, it costs you as much as a superbike will cost you. But what I'm trying to say is that I didn't start with a 1000cc motorcycle, a 1400. I started with a 250 motorcycle, a Ninja 250 back in 2010, and I was riding the Pulsar before that. So, do you really need to start on a 1000cc, or do you really need to buy a 1000cc or plus? It's something I want to discuss. So a lot of people will be telling you, go for a 1000cc, little class. Let me tell you something, 90% of these people don't even use that motorcycle the way it's supposed to be used. So it's all about, who has the biggest balls riding a 1000cc and everybody is on a 600. But the guy on the 600 might just find it easier to ride that 600 at a faster speed than you will be riding a 1000. A lot of guys on 600s do trump, guys on 1000cc's on the track too, because they can handle those bikes better, which means they can go faster on them. Then what's the whole point of, owning a 1000cc plus motorcycle? Now you see on the right side, a couple of my friends were riding, and one has a riding his Z800 and all. So Z800 has a good power of around 125 bhp. The S1000R is close to 160 bhp. I myself have a XDR, which is something of a muscle tourer, which is for around, which is around 156 bhp. The 14R is 212 bhp with ram air. So this is a fairly faster motorcycle than the ones here. But does it really stack up to be the kind of riding, on a straight? Probably yes. But that also you have to go on a risk area. Now you look at that guy on the RS, he's kind of overtaken us all, going faster than us. So, I don't think so you should start with a 1000cc. I don't even think you should aspire for a 1000cc. I think you should aspire for something like a 600cc, which you can ride comfortably. Which has more than enough power for the city, for the streets. Because let me tell you something, top speed is not going to get you anywhere but in trouble. So I have done 300 on my motorcycle a couple of times, and they were very, one of them was a very near miss. In fact, a rider died on the last ride I did. He was on a boost, I crashed into a truck. So I mean, you don't really need these kind of speeds when you are, aspiring to learn. Maybe and if you are buying it just for the broad appeal, girls. The girls don't know shit about motorcycles. I mean, in the sense, they won't know whether you're riding a 600 or a 1000. Most of them. There are some female riders now, but they have bikes of their own. They won't really care what motorcycle you are riding. My Ninja 250 gets mistaken for a bigger motorcycle all the time. People don't know shit about these motorcycles. You should buy something that you are comfortable with. That you feel, okay, I need to kind of, I need this kind of acceleration. Whatever you do, just, buy a bike on acceleration, not on top speed. Because till 200, everything more or less goes at the same speed. There might be a second or a 2 second here and there. And 2 seconds I'm talking about maybe my bike would compare to something like a 600. Then also I don't know if it will be 2 seconds or 1.5 or something like that. So that's what I want to talk about. I had a 250 and on the 250 I kind of learned to ride around on a heavy motorcycle. Before that I was riding a Pulsar, which is a fairly light bike. 250 was still I think close to 150, 160, 170 kilos. And it taught me how to handle a heavier motorcycle, how to pick it up, how to wheel it in and out. Gradually I shifted to a 650, a Ninja 650. When I actually got to know that okay, motorcycles do go 200, and the 600 used to go 200 fairly easy, and it was fun for me because it was not the kind of blinding speed that that would scare the shit out of me. It was like comfortable riding that, and I was happy because I could take it at those speeds without panicking, without feeling that I'm going to crash into somebody. So people are always going to tell you to buy a bigger motorcycle. Don't do that. I had a Harley Davidson. I had 4 Harley Davidsons, and those are heavy bikes. So they do teach you, that art of riding a heavier bike, because that is something which you have to learn on a heavy bike. A light bike won't teach you that part, how to pick it up. I tipped over my Harley a couple of times, so I knew exactly how to maneuver my way and pick it up. So you need to kind of figure that out. And I think anything close to 130 bhp is more than enough power to keep up with bigger superbikes. In India we don't have roads to ride. Now you can see all these guys are ahead of me. Okay, I'm not going that fast, but I am at around 160. These bikes are comfortably going around 170, 180. So 180 comfortably. The one on the back, the Street Triple, is got around 135 bhp or something. Mine is the 212. He looks more comfortable than I do. And till 100, if you see, most of these motorcycles reach all 3.5 seconds. So it's not that I will be going at 3 and he's reaching there in 6. He'll be more or less close to me because all of these bikes pick up pretty fast. It's actually after the 150 kilometer mark that you start, kind of seeing the power of a bigger engine. But why the fuck do you use that power? We are going on the track, go for a 1000cc. In fact, 600s do better than 1000s there most of the time. So you can go for a 600, you can go for a ZX6R, you can go for a Daytona, and you will be pretty happy with that kind of riding. You'll be okay, this is fun. So you need to. I had a ZX6R for 2 days, and though it was not as fast as my 14R, but damn, it was fun. The cornering, the power, not the kind of power that would scare me, but also the kind of power that was pretty damn awesome. I really had fun riding that motorcycle, and that's where you want to kind of decide what you really want. You want a bike to go to office, buy a Naked. You don't need too much power. Buy something like a Z900. It's gonna kind of serve you well, and that's the kind of riding you need to do. And if you want a bike for the track, go for a 600, or you can even go for a KTM RC390 if that's what kind of turns you on. I mean, for a smaller cc bike, it's doing pretty well on the track, and you can just buy that, hone your skills on that, get better at that, and then probably you can go for a bigger cc bike like like a 600 and all. But I generally feel that 600s are where you should put your foot down. Above that, it's more about show off. I have a 1000cc. How many people handle it? How many people have taken their bikes, motorcycles 300? I don't think a lot of people have done that. And it's a very risky process in India. Your pig could cross your way, or a dog will go and bang into him. So that is something you need to kind of figure out. I had a Z1000, which is a fantastic bike, 1000cc naked, 150 plus bhp, and I think that is where I could have just stopped. That no, I don't want to go above this speed. This is where I'm happy. This is where I've done what I wanted to do. Because this one, though awesome it is, because I like the suspension and the power bind with 14R, but 1000cc is rev very high, so they won't be as comfortable as this on a on a straight road, because you'll have to high rev them, then you have to go all the way to 9-10 rpm, and which again takes you into a risk factor. I had an 899 which used to start revving around 8000 rpm, and I had to all the time kind of keep it on the high rev rate. It wasn't fun at all. And Busa, everybody wants to buy a Busa. How many people actually use that Busa? I mean, how much power do you want? You'll see somebody riding a Busa, revving in traffic. No point. Get a 600, get a 500, get a 650. These bikes are awesome. You enjoy them, you'll ride them, you can use them. They're usable. 14R is not really usable in the, I mean 14R still I would agree is a little more usable than a 1000cc because of the low. It's got so much torque. It's got power in every band. So you can just put down a gear and it uses kind of just get away from the scene. But for how long? You'll have to go and brake eventually because there are no roads in India. So it's just like a 1 second thing. You can do those kind of speeds on a 600 too. You can just go 200 for a second, so I don't recommend it. You can just go 200 for a second and slow down. I mean, how hard is that gonna be? So, I mean, you don't really need to pick up 1,000 or a 1,400. Personally, if I could just pick up one motorcycle in my garage that I can just keep one, I would buy a Z1000 and just keep that motorcycle for the rest of my life and I'm sorted. Enough power to keep up with the thousands, enough power, enough handling to go around corners, comfortable enough to go for long rides, comfortable enough for the traffic, or a Z900 probably. That same bike, 1000 and better shockers and all, but I mean, it's eventually the same thing. So that's what I'm trying to talk about, that you don't need a 1000cc, you can get into serious fucking trouble. A lot of people say I've started from 1000cc, yeah, but you crash too. A lot of people do crash on 1000cc. You can't just jump off a Pulsar onto a Hayabusa and expect that you won't get hurt. Unless you're somebody who has brains and you know that the power is very, it's a killer power, so you need to handle it like that. But there are kids who buy Pulsars and go right to Hayabusa, and all the accidents you hear about, yeah, those are the people who get into those kind of accidents. So you shouldn't start. I say if you're riding a Pulsar, go for something like a 400cc, maybe a KTM. KTM actually not the right kind of motorcycle. Go for probably like a CBR 500 if they still have them in India, and probably for a Ninja 650, which is kind of an awesome bike. And now you saw this bus stopped out of nowhere. So that's what I'm talking about. There is a lot of issue in India. I mean, if I would have been going faster, I would have probably crashed into this guy. So you need to keep your limits in check here, and ride in your limits. Don't kind of try to ride more than you can. You want 1,000, right, but you gradually move up to it. You reach somebody, somewhere with a 100, 120 bhp, you upgrade to a 150. Then if you feel that okay, 150 is too slow for me, I mastered it, probably then you can go for 1,000. But if you can handle it, most people can't handle thousands. They want to buy it, they have the money to buy it, but how many of them ride? When I used to be on my 14R, I used to meet all the 1000cc motorcycles, and I used to try and kind of rev with them, and most of them used to just back off. I mean, and then I thought, okay, why? And they said, you don't want to go at those speeds, too fast, too risky. And then I realized, yeah, they're right. But then they bought a 1000cc. So what are you going to do with it? So you need, now you don't want to go down to a 600. But there are some smart people who have done that, who go down from 1000cc's to 600cc's. So those are the kind of people who are smart enough to understand what's what in the real world, and that's the way you should be. Don't aspire for a 1000cc just because somebody has a 1000cc. You aspire for something that you can handle, and believe me, riding lower cc bikes at a faster speed gives you more thrill than riding a fast bike fast, because there's no effort required, there's no skill required. It's just you're sitting on an engine. I can rip this on an open road, go 200, 300, but where's the skill in that? You need to hone your skills. You need to ride smaller bikes, hone your skills, and then get to these powerful machines if you ever want to get to them. I don't recommend it. I love this motorcycle, but yeah, it took me 10 years of riding to probably go and buy this. At least 7. I started in 2003 on a Pulsar. I bought this in 2017. It took me a lot of time. So that's it for today. Just wanted to kind of put my word out there that you don't need to aspire for whatever everybody's buying. Buy something which you can ride, you enjoy, and that's it. Thank you so much. Logging off. Ikla Batre.